Hello and welcome to Broken Entertainment. So we got some exciting stuff coming to the channel. I'm hoping to get my group's 40K campaign up and running as a series of released lore videos that will update people on the campaign. And if it's a little side project, if people are interested, once I get the videos going. I'm still kind of working out how I want to do that without Games Workshop having a hissy fit. You know how they are probably, but once I can get that worked out and figure out exactly how I want voiceovers to go, you won't see the battles because in part my gaming room is being built, the new one, and also in part because I really want to focus on the lore and not necessarily on the games. Will that come in time? Maybe, but as I said, this is a side project. Hopefully people who like 40K will be interested, and you'll kind of get an idea for some of my storytelling techniques before my stories are released. Speaking of which, I have updates on that as well. Everything's going great. I'm working towards getting the LLC done and getting cover artists and a final round of edits on Agent, and then Agent's going to start releasing this year, followed closely by Directorate, and then we will begin moving in the direction of the novel. So lots of fun stuff. Those will be serialized stories, so they're going to come out over a course of weeks. So today, as I'm sitting here thinking about where I want to take the channel and where I want to, how I kind of envision things, you know, the channel really started out commenting on our entertainment and how, hey, you know, our entertainment is broken, and it is. It's still broken. It's not better than it was when I started the channel. If anything, it's worse. And, you know, that kind of tied in with a lot of other channels like Nerdrotic and so on. And over time, I didn't change my mind on that, but I've come to see that we can't just point out the problem, okay? How many videos do you want saying Disney's newest movie did badly, here's why it's woke? You know, you get that video every time something comes out, frequently justifiably so. But how many of those do you want? And I said, you know, it's not really enough at this point to get on here and make a video and say, you know, look at this is bad. Yeah, it is, and I will still talk about egregious stuff. I'm still talking about the big stuff in entertainment. But this, every movie commentary thing, at some point, we have to do something more than say, here's the problem. Okay? The first step to solving any problem is to say, here's the problem. But it's just that first step. It's not the last step. It's not even the middle step. It is the first step. On this channel, we have taken that step. We will continue to take that step as it becomes necessary. However, my focus now is on creating, solving the problem. And we're not going to solve the problem by hoping Hollywood gets its head out of its butt. And we're not going to solve the problem by hoping the publishing industry figures out why it's not doing very well. We're seeing these shifts and we're pointing them out, but we gotta fix the problem. And if you want to fix the problem, there are two ways. You can produce new entertainment that says, hey, look at me, this is my project, this is my thing. That's what I'm doing with Agent, with Directorate, with Invasion, with Rejected by Valhalla, and so on and so forth. Producing new books, new stories to say, hey, look, come here, enjoy my work, be entertained, without being lectured to, without being told you're bad because you're the wrong gender or the wrong skin color, and just be entertained. The other way is to support people doing that. And there are more people now creating more independent work than ever in the history of the human race. It looks dark from the outside when you constantly point to, look at the Little Mermaid live action remake, look at the Marvels, look at what has happened to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, look at this woke thing over here, look at that woke thing over there. when you actually start to dig in, the independent movement is stronger than ever. The independent movement is making waves and will continue to get better as more and more technology becomes available, as costs come down, as options open up. People create more things. People make more entertainment to be looked at, to be read, to be watched, whatever it is, listened to. And it creates a counter to these problems. And you start to realize, you know what? Just because Star Wars is bad now, just because Disney has done this, or just because Warner Brothers can't get their head out of their butt when it comes to making DC movies, or what have you, pick a problem. There's plenty out there. Just because this is going on doesn't mean entertainment itself is completely destroyed. At some point, you have to move forward, both as a creator and as a fan. At some point, you have to say, okay, Star Trek is dead. The Star Trek that I enjoyed is no longer around. It has been replaced by this misandrist stuff. Okay, the Star Wars that I enjoyed is gone. Luke Skywalker has been killed off. Princess Leia has been killed off. All the male characters have been made to look like idiots. So on and so forth. You've heard it all. The thing that I like is no longer there. Well, okay, go get something new. That's what we as fans have to do. Go find the creators creating something new and give it a shot. Read it, watch it, listen to it. If you like it, share it, give it out to people, let them see what it is. Say, you know what, this is really awesome. Okay, there's some great stuff out there. And I will be doing videos on that. One of my focuses on this channel moving forward is absolutely going to be more support of independent creators. To say, here's something I saw. It's really interesting. Give it a shot. So, I was watching this video with a drink, by a drink with Crazy. And he's getting to this same point as well. And this is a point that more and more of these channels need to get to, because we can't just keep doing the same damn video with a different title over and over again and expect the problem to go away. And as fans, you can't just sit there waiting for your thing to come back around and be fixed. That may never happen. But I want you to listen to this.
The fans out there who are looking for something, who are willing to take a leap of faith on something new, this is my call to action. For those fans out there, are you still buying DC and Marvel? Are you still going and watching their movies? Are you still hoping to hope that maybe one day, with just the tiniest bit of a prayer and, a lot of liberty being injected back into this country to kick back the corpo commie message, that you might just maybe see that cartoon that you saw when you were a kid, which is still there, by the way, be recreated on screen in the way that it was when you were a kid?
This is exactly the point. You can't just keep sitting around. The time has passed. Okay? The corpse of whatever it was that you loved, whatever entertainment form that you loved, is dead and rotting on the ground. And if that is how you feel, then don't wait for it to get reanimated. Forget the politics of his statement. Don't wait for it to get reanimated. Because these companies don't even understand it at this point. And when I say go support independent work, listen, the greatest example of independent work that I can point to in the last in the last 2 millennia under modern entertainment mediums is Star Wars. Remember, George Lucas created Star Wars without major studio involvement. That was independent work. The next great thing that you will fall in love with is out there. It is either out there right now or it is being made. And all of us, I'm not just saying you as in person listening, but me as well. All of us have to move away from this model of sitting and waiting. and listening to videos and going, yeah, that's bad. You got to get out there. You got to look for stuff. You got to find it, and you got to give it support. Do that. You'll be happier. You'll be entertained. You'll be able to say, hey, I can take this to my kid and they'll enjoy it and they won't get twisted up by weird messaging or anything like that. Or, hey, I can read this. I can watch this. It's entertaining. I don't feel like I'm getting beat over the head with an agenda. None of that stuff. Go out there, you support it. The independent movement grows. More entertainment gets created. More entertainment becomes successful, and before you know it, you're watching, you're listening to, you're reading things that you really enjoy, and it doesn't matter anymore what Hollywood does or traditional publishing does. And that's the biggest thing. Once people move forward, the reason self-publishing is everywhere isn't just because it's easy, it's because there are people selling stuff. They're not the majority. It's hard to sell books. But as it turns out, that's true in traditional publishing as well. But the more those creators get support from everybody else, the better. So if you want fixed entertainment and you're not a creator, find one. Support their stuff. Don't support it either just because, hey, this person's anti-woke or whatever. Support it because it's good. Because just buying something because it's the opposite of the thing you don't like, that doesn't fix anything. But you go out there and you produce and you support stuff that is good, that fixes things. That moves the needle. That pushes stuff forward. It's your call. You can sit there and wait for the corpse to stand back up, or you can find something new. But these are the things we have to do as creators. We have to create things that are entertaining, that don't lecture, that aren't built purely as opposition to what we don't like. Because if you build what is opposition purely to what you don't like, all you're doing is the same thing they're doing, but on the other side. Make something good and entertaining and let people pick it up because of those reasons. And support the good and entertaining stuff that you find. That's what we need to do in the future. That's what my channel is going to focus on moving forward, as well as my own creations, because I have stuff coming. Finally. And if you sign up for my newsletter, which I'll have a link for in the description, you can see some of that way in advance. If you liked the video, please click the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Ring the bell to receive notifications of new videos, and I will see you next time.